Well, this is certainly going to be another one. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome to a video in real life. And you may be asking, what, what, what am I doing right now, right? Because considering, Hold for player that makes videos, you get the point, right? Well, the thing is that as an admin video game collector, right, I like my physical stuff, right? Like, yeah, it's cool to have digital games, like you can access them almost instantaneously and at any moment, really. But there's something about having physical media, just having it on your wall that there's something magical about it. So, when I found out that Victoria 3 was going to get a physical release, I said, fuck it, I need to have it. And this is more apparent considering I actually have the physical version of Victoria 2 right here. I bought it a while ago, and for those who didn't know, there was a physical Victoria 2 copy of the game, complete in box. It actually comes with a map, and of course the manual, the disc right here, and you get the point, right? And so because I already had a physical copy of Victoria 2, I decided to get the physical copy of Victoria 3. The thing about it was that, as you could imagine, it was not released worldwide. It was actually only released on select European markets, that being Spain, Italy, France, Germany, and I think Poland. And well, as many of you may know, I'm Mexican, so you would say, well, how did you get one? Well, simple. Amazon. That's the beauty of Amazon nowadays, that you can basically import from everywhere. Like, I just went to Amazon Italy and bought this thing right here. For privacy reasons, well, you can see that I already got rid of the sticker where it says my direction, where I live, and stuff like that, right? But I think this is enough rambling and explaining all of this, and let's get right to it. As you can see here, here's the game, right here, Victoria 3, Day 1 edition. Also, you may see me right here, but again, because I really value my privacy, well, security comes first. Anyway, so here's the Victorian 3 physical edition, the 1 edition, which includes the regular game and the Victoria 2 soundtrack remastered, if I remember correctly. Maybe you can't see it right now, but it's actually in in Italian and Spanish, actually. Again, you may not be able to read it, considering most of my viewership is from the United States, and because of my videos are in English, yeah, you might not be able to read them. But in this part, for example, you can see that here's in Italian and here's in Spanish. Again, since I don't know Italian, but I do know Spanish, I will read it for you guys. Paradox Development Studios invites you to form your ideal society in the tumultuous 19th century with all of its emotions and transformations. Balance out your interests imposed on your society and make a space in the world of Victoria 3, one of the most long-awaited video games in Paradox history. A deep economic system. Amplify your industry to benefit from the lucrative goods and amplify all the benefits to improve your prosperous nation. Play in a grand scenario. Use your diplomatic plays to make a deep global web of pacts, relations, alliances, and rivalries, which you will use to consolidate your diplomatic position in the world stage. Definitive Society Simulator. Lead a dozen of nations all around the world from 1836 to 1936, industrial or agricultural, traditional or radical, pacifist or jingoist, get the get prosperity to your nation. And here, for example, it says that it's included the art book. It actually includes an art book and the complete Victoria 2 soundtrack in the disc. Down here we see, well, typical paradox stuff. For example, like the age. Here's like, for example, the PEGI rating compared to, for example, my Victoria 2 American copy, which, you know, the SRB uses the SRB rating. We have K-paradox, your barcodes, and here, for example, the recommended specs, right? You would, for example, let's see. Oh, so basically it just says that any potato basically can run it. Yeah, pretty much. And the recommended specs are Ryzen 5, 2600, 16 gigs of RAM, and something like a GTX 1660 or higher. So let me right open. There's a bubble wrap. Well, here's like the plastic sleeve, like that protects the actual, like, you know, yeah, the actual case. You can see Victoria 3 Day 1 edition here. It's actually quite nice looking at it per person. You can see here that we have our game disc right here. Again, PEGI rating. This is the, well, the art that represents the game. And I'm guessing, this is the activation code. Yeah, I'm gonna have to censor that in editing. In general, I'm just gonna have to. I'm guessing this is your instruction manual. Let me see. Yeah, this is just basically your instruction manual. Well, instruction manual in quotation marks is not instruction. It's just like, for example, policies and return policies and, you know, stuff like that. Here's the art book, which is actually embedded into the case. With some really nice art, if I do say so myself. And it's actually relatively thick, not as big as other art books, you could say, but considering how it's, again, embedded to the box, you know, the game box, the game case, well, it's actually quite nice. And it also smells quite well, but I guess you would expect that considering this is a new game. Sadly, it doesn't have like the full art included, in the same sense that it's cropped out, but again, makes sense. It's in the game case, right? And here is the Victoria 2 soundtrack remastered. You actually got you will actually get the Victoria 2 soundtrack remastered again in game if you pre-ordered it. But it's actually quite nice to actually have it physically, have a disc with the Victoria 2 soundtrack, which, may I add, is one of the best soundtracks in Victoria. Not Victoria, of course, in Victoria. It's one of the best Paradox's soundtracks in Paradox's games, right? And yeah, again, really nice, also like engraving, you could say, like in this type of book, quote unquote, right? And basically, yeah, that's basically it. Let's actually get this little manual seated there. Again, it also feels quite nice, the case, since again it's like you feel like it's like a type of book. But yeah, that's basically it, really. Um, that's basically it. That's all it includes. You know, a really nice physical release, and more so compared to its Victoria 2 counterpart, which is just more standard, right? But I guess it makes sense considering it was actually only ever released in the European markets, right? Sadly, sadly, we in the Americans really can't buy it unless, again, like myself, you actually import it from Europe. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for joining me on today's Victoria 3 unboxing. I really hope you enjoy it. Of course, I will be doing some Victoria 3 content in the future, as have already been live streaming it. But since I already have some other projects in mind, Victoria 3 videos are gonna come later down the line. But that's for later. So yeah, really hope you enjoyed the video. This was Effects Expert. You are dismissed, soldier.